was walking down a dark road.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the... The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But his interception in last week's game, loss, and despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
These are his numbers from last week. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. Richards. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, for an inside linebacker, I think you'd agree when I say that he is fast to the football, and he proved that thesis correct on that last play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. This one caught over the middle by Burnett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On first down, it's Richards. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
The Broncos send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Richards. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Richards. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And now here's a carry heading left. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Barons have taken a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple. On second down, it's Richards, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. On third down, Richards, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
5 yards remain on second down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Get ready.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. And let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. He finds his man complete. That's Burke. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now a give right side. It's Richards. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try the left side. Dunlap. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now a throw here, hauled in.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Richards. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He finds his man, complete. It's Burke. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And that is incomplete here. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him out because he's helped them out.
And now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They're going to look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The punt team on now as from their end zone they get it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they're the recipient of a nice gift here late in the half with a real chance to put points on the board.
And it's been a difficult half for them in terms of putting points on the board. So here with this gift, with this opportunity, they've got to find a way to cash it in.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. It's Burke. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Second and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Broncos are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Denver score. His third rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand new ball game. Now the try here for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Let's go.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Colts trying to keep hope alive. And at 7-5, they're still right in the mix for a playoff berth. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. The Dolphins find a way to stay alive in the playoff race, but at 5-7 now, they can't afford any more slip-ups to even have a chance. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. The Texans are down to their final 3 games if they want to salvage a victory somewhere as they fall to 0-13. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And they didn't get a whole lot done in the rushing department in those first 2 quarters. They probably feel pretty lucky to be tied here at halftime. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 40 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now a play fake here on first down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll look to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right to 34 here. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff. And